Hey, guys.
Howdy.
Looks like John's on.
Greetings.
There were 7, and now there are 3.
As it always seems to be. Oh, yeah. Got the Dr. Seuss rhymes going on.
I just hope it's not a trend.
I hope.
When we first started, we were saying, "Oh yeah, we need like 6 people at least because people are gonna drop off." And I'm like, "Nah, people won't drop off."
That was my thought process. It was like, all right, we should be good to go. Tim was like, everyone should be here, and I'm like, yeah. And then all of a sudden, it's like, oh, 3 are down. It's like, oh no.
Yeah, I even thought about maybe just trying to salvage it a little bit, and like, how am I gonna talk away 4 characters? I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah,
let's do a one shot.
Yeah, that's a huge hassle.
Yeah, it's like, oh, you all fall into a coma for some reason. I don't know. Yeah,
Again.
Again.
Man, every session's been like comatose, man. Coma session.
Another dream sequence. That's really hoping to play because I wanted Longbeard because I got a chance to listen to your mutant tank driving crazy guy. I listened to that one. So I wanted to have Longbeard actually dream about that. So he's going to wake up. I wrote a bunch of little things that you guys said during it that I wanted to put into the game.
Oh, that would have been pretty fun.
I was like, oh man, there's this guy trying to sell Mystic Giraffe, which I think is made of people.
I think the doctor will have fun with it. It's like, oh, that's probably the drugs. The Sims have that effect.
That's the drugs. Yeah. So the guy was like, stay frosty, take this napkin. That's actually
I had it in my head that guy would be like one of his hobbies I came up with is that he likes to read postcards and collect like old vintage stuff.
old.
I can.
Well, Phil, do you want to paint the picture for the one shot for us and the listeners, I guess?
Yep. Here we go. All right, so we'll set the scene. It's a beautiful, bright, sunny day in California. The city in specific that we will be focusing our attention to will be on San Francisco, the bustling metropolis, people all about. Since it is a bright and sunny day, people are just out in the streets having fun. John, your character, he'll be at the beach, obviously. We'll be starting off there. And
that's good.
Tim, your character, this will be his first day off in a long time. The last few months have been riddled with what seems like emergency after emergency. And this will be like the first time you've actually had some solid time off to kind of relax and unwind. We'll set you at a bar, not too far off from the beach.
Yeah, so just John's gonna be playing the surfer dude, and I'm gonna be playing this like burnout, crazy asshole ambulance driver.
Mm-hmm. What's y'all's characters' names, real quick? So I can.
Dude, my name's Brad.
Charles.
Okay. And with that in mind, we'll start off with you, Tim. Okay, and you're in the bar. It's mildly packed. People are going in and out. As you sit there, you kind of see the television. There's the news prompt on there. There's been a series of light tremors going on, but that's nothing new in California. That's been something that's been in the news lately, that there's been a consistent amount of small tremors going up. We'll start the scene there. There's a bartender in front of you. He's a bit of a burly guy. He's washing off one of the glasses. He looks up at you. So what do you be having?
Oh, I don't know. What's not too warm?
Let's see here. Hook you up with this. Slides a bottle with a clear liquid inside of it, but it's clearly some sort of a vodka.
Yeah, I don't know. Just line up a couple glasses and just keep filling them.
You got it. Fills them up right off the bat. Slides one over to you. So, what you doing around here?
I'll grab the drink, like barely listening to the bartender, just like look into it and seeing nothing there, just like my future. I take a drink.
Bartender then just kind of shrugs his shoulders.
First day off in a while. That's all.
I haven't seen you around here before.
Yeah, I'm trying to spread it around and hang out in more dives. It's a thing I'm doing lately.
I hear that. Just as the bartender is about to speak, you feel the entire bar shake. All of a sudden, all the glass starts to click and clack against each other, and all of a sudden, just as quickly as it started, just as quickly as the shaking started, it stops. The lights flickering off and on. And for that seeming moment, everything is quiet. And then, as soon as the shaking stops, the people slowly pick back up where they picked off and begin going again. Ah, jeez, says the bartender.
Well, at least my drink didn't spill. I'll reach up and grab one of the shot glasses off the top and.
I don't know how long this building's gonna last. This thing's been here since how long has it been? It's been up since the 20s. They haven't done much repairs to it lately, though. I think this thing's gonna fall apart.
I hope you have an insurance policy on this place, because I think this sucker's going down like the Titanic.
Yeah. I'm just afraid of the lawsuits that might come across. There ain't no insurance policy gonna save you from that.
Of course, if you got this whole frickin' place putting in claims, your company will probably go belly up anyway, so yeah, good luck with that.
Bartender at that point just shakes his head and, yeah, whatever, man.
Yeah, here's to your mother. Take another swig.
All right, and we'll now shift over to John.
Whoa.
For you, as the scene sets, we'll have you're on the beach. Beautiful day. Everyone's out. Just as you're walking out on there to the sea with your board in tow, you feel the ground beneath you shake and shatter. You see the water kind of almost dance as this happens, as the waves start making the natural waves of the ocean clash against each other. It begins to look choppy. And for that brief minute and a half that it lasts, it then settles back down. And the natural rhythms of the ocean go back to the way they were. People looking about, gossiping to each other.
A huge grin spreads on Brad's face, and he knows what that means. So he kind of turns and smiles and just runs out and just jumps on his board and just kind of goes out into the water, kind of paddling as fast as he can to get out there, waiting for those little tremors to bring in like larger, massive waves that he can catch. Do it a set.
All this is happening. You're out in the ocean as you're paddling out there. All of a sudden, you feel another big wave, like another tremor, right? But this time, you feel as if it's right beneath you. And as you look back to the beach, you see the ground and the actual sand on the beach dance. And it's almost like in a specific area. And I would almost describe it as like, you see like almost little bits of like the tiny even particles, even from the distance that you're at, jet up in the air a little bit. And it's almost like in a huge, massive circular fashion, and it progresses towards the city itself. You see the roads where the cars pass over. You see them actually like massive blots of dirt just geyser upwards, and the roads crack. Now at the same time, for you, Tim, you feel the tremor once again, and this time it starts shaking really badly.
That's enough of this crap. I'll grab one of the bar stools and hold it above my head and start staggering out of the building into the street.
As you stagger out into the street, people are starting to become panicked, and you hear like passers-by with their radios and stuff with the news teleprompt, declaring an earthquake emergency. And just as like that phrase leaves the lips of that radio, this massive explosion of such occurs. The building to the left of the bar, a seemingly small like-ish mom and pop shop, just explodes, and it seems to sink down into the ground as a massive fissure just erupts there. Several cars get caught inside. Several people are just sucked into what seems to be this dusty void now as the dirt caresses upwards into the air. There's rumbling all about, and people are just now running scared now at this point.
I'm one of those people.
As you begin to run, there is you see the fissures on the ground. They start to come up, and it's almost as if they're chasing you at this point. These massive cracks. The shaking at this point is so violent, it's almost hard to stand.
I'll try to leap on top of a car, thinking that if the ground cracks beneath me, at least the car will stop me from falling down in. I land on top of like this old Cadillac.
As you do, though, the Cadillac that you jump on it's got a couple inside of it. And without even thinking about you on it, they start to drive right off. Give me an agility check.
Let's see here. I got a 3.
You got a phone. The couple in the car, they just lead-foot it. And as they do, you try your best attempts to grab on, but you just roll right off. You find yourself on the ground, still shaking violently. You notice off to your left as you look behind you, there is the buildings. As they generally get bigger and bigger towards the center of the city, they start shaking violently, and those start collapsing into where that fissure once is. And just it seems to start spreading further and further inward. Now we'll switch back over to you, John. And what you see is massive piles of dust jet up from that initial crack that you saw. And you start to see the first tall building that you see out in the distance of around five stories or so. You start to see it actually collapse. The center of it splits. It just sinks right in, almost like a demolition had occurred. Plumes of smoke and dirt up in the air. You start to hear screaming in the background.
I kind of look to the left and to the right, seeing that there's no one around. I begin to slow paddle along the beach. Trying to get past where that explosion, where that crevice exploded. I'm trying to make my way towards the shore, but I don't want to go where that massive crack is.
Oh, yeah. You find your way around to it. It's not too far, but you do notice that the ocean is still choppy. The waters are still there. People on the beach are now just starting to scurry about. You run into one of your old surfer pals, Nicholas. He's out there on the beach. He sees you in the distance. He waves to you. Hey, man, come on!
Hey, bro, what's going on, bro? I don't get it, man. You see that? That was like an explosion.
Dude, that was something crazy, man. I think it's finally going to sink in the ocean.
Nah, that was like something out of a movie, like Godzilla or something bursting from the ground.
They got these fault lines everywhere, man. Who knows what's going on? Let's get out of here.
All right, man. I reach, grabs the surfboard and he starts heading up towards the beach to where the water showers are to shower off.
He's looking at you. There ain't no time to shower. Come on, get in the car.
All right, bro. I got it. Let's go. And we run and jump into his little like 1989 Nova. It's got like blue door and a pink door and a General Lee stripe up the middle.
Nice.
Kind of throw our boards in the back windows because the window's out, of course. Because you have to.
As the car makes its way forward and starts progressing, the shaking gets more and more violent, and again, you just start seeing people hunker down, and you see a few houses actually kind of look like they suffer some damage. But just as soon as it starts, it stops, and there's a sound that permeates this motion after it stops, and it sounds like, and this is something that you both hear, it sounds like large. It's like you can think of it as like steel being bent, and it's like this high squealing noise that gets made as a result. It's almost as if you're bending like whole bars of steel, as maybe a building might experience when its structural integrity fails. It's long and moaning in a sense, and then as soon as that goes on for almost 30 seconds, and then it just stops as dust litters the air as a dark cloud.
I turn to Nick and I start like hitting it with my hand. Bro, what was that, man? What was that?
Oh man, it sounds like one of those buildings done fell or something. I don't know. That's something creepy. Maybe it hit one of the gas pipes or something. I don't know. You want to go check it out?
Nah, man, I want to get as far away from here as possible.
All right.
So, wait, man, I'm supposed to work at the bar in about 2 hours. Maybe we should head there.
Yeah. All right, let's do that. Turns around, start heading off towards the bar.
Oh, shit, look at these buildings. You think we should help some of these people?
Yeah, man, I think we should. Be bad karma just to let them sit there and, suffer.
All right, bro. Like, pull over up here, like, over there.
As you pull up, you see the bar in the distance, and next to it is this massive fissure. It starts off small, but then it just gradually gets bigger and bigger.
Is it progressing towards us?
No. It's towards the city.
Okay.
You got the beach to your left, you got the bar there, you got the street, and then up to your right is the city. As it gets progressively more dense, of course, and then you got almost looks like this line of smoke that's going from the beach all the way over up to the right. You hear like radios and stuff going off. There's car alarms going off like crazy. You hear sirens off in the distance. You hear like flashes of news reports about the earthquake and tremor.
I jump out of the car and I run over to like where this elderly woman is falling down and kind of help her up and try to like put her in a position where she's propped up and okay, make sure she's okay. And, from there, I'll just look for the next person who seems like they need some help.
You see an individual laying on the ground. He has a bar stool in hand.
I run into him as fast as I can. I'm like, yo, bro, you don't need the bar stool, man. That ain't going to help you. Come on, get off the ground, man. We need to get out of here.
Oh, what? Oh. Wow, what's going on?
You kind of feel Brad just yanking on you, just trying to pull you up, Come on, man.
You don't have to manhandle me. Crap, get off me.
Whoa, bro, whoa. Just trying to help you.
I'll swing the bar stool sort of like menacingly, but I'm so off balance that it misses by a mile.
All right, man. Peace, man. The war's over. Just come with me. Go over here. It's nice and safe over by that old woman right there.
What the heck's going on the ground? Everything's falling in.
It's just an earthquake, man. This is this is California. Happens all the time.
Yeah, not like this. I think it's that military. Got some secret bases under the city. One of those crazy guys over there was telling me about it. You know Frank, the guy in the alley over there?
I don't know Frank.
Yeah, he sells me dope sometimes.
Oh, dude. Say no to drugs, man. Come on. Come with me. Let's go over here.
Nah, man. People that say that, they don't know the world. You say yes to drugs. Best case scenario, you die quick.
Brad looks over his shoulder. He's like, Nick!
Yeah, you see this? He holds out his left arm. He points to like these 3 little scars on his arm there. Yeah, that one, that almost did me in. And that one. Man, I thought third time was going to be the charm, but no, I didn't check out there neither.
You see Nick in the background. He's like running towards it. He just gets done helping somebody up, and he goes, "All right, oh man, oh there's dust everywhere, man."
We need to find cover. We gotta hide, get in some place.
Lift up my shirt and cover my nose and mouth.
Just as you do that, you experience the tremor again. This time, you start to feel like the actual waves are coming from deeper inside the city, and there is a lot more shaking going on. You see a lot more clouds of plumes of dust and cracks going about. People are running around you scared.
I'll pull out a cigarette and tap it on my arm and light it up.
Oh shit, Nick, we need to get out of here. This place is going down.
Where are we going, man?
I don't know. There's no emergency services in this area. There's nothing. Look there's just people just running around.
Well, I had my ambulance, but it fell in that big hole over there.
Bro, you're an EMT?
Yeah, I was, but I'm pretty sure that thing falling in that hole, I'm guessing I'm going to get fired.
Francis, kind of his eyebrow goes up. He's kind of staring at you and looks down at your arms and remembers your little conversation about the drug dealer. He's like, yeah. Okay, bro.
You want to, like, find some, like, alley somewhere and shoot up?
No, man. I don't want to do drugs. We need to get out of here. This place isn't safe. We should probably go down south, farther down the beach.
You think you're getting anywhere? I'll bet you all the roads are jammed up. People have slammed into each other, not paying attention, There's probably holes everywhere, bridges down. We ain't getting anywhere. This is where we're going to die. We might as well die with a smile on our face.
No, man, it's not our time to die.
What do you?
Nicholas looks at you and goes, "Yeah, man, ain't no time to die. What you talking about, bro? Come
Uh,
on."
well, you could be right, but I'm pretty sure you're all just naive and stupid. But I'll follow along with you, keep you guys out of trouble.
Hey, man, better be naive and stupid than know the truth and be miserable. Am I right?
Nope.
You are right. No?
You all hop into the Nova and begin to like. Oh, go on.
Yeah, as we get in the Nova, like Brad's getting ready to close the door, as obviously I had to hold the door forward for Charles to get in the back seat. Then as he's staring, he's looking, and you can just see like just a mass of like red lights, cars, all blocking everything.
Yep, might as well just park it right on the side there. I'm gonna tie myself off here and take the stairway to heaven.
Oh, hey, come on, man, not in the car. We can get out and walk. I mean, the beach is just right over there. That won't be crowded.
Think the beach is safe?
Beach seemed pretty safe to us earlier.
Yeah. It's as fine as place as any, I guess.
All right, with that, we go back and Brad heads over and tries to help up that old lady and bring her with us.
The old woman is, she begins looking through her bag. Oh, I gotta have my medicine here. Let's see here. Oh, there it is.
I was gonna say, baby, I got some medicine for you if you want it.
You got something for my glaucoma?
I don't think you really want me to shoot it in your eye, but sure.
You get that damn needle out from me, boy. You must think me some crazy. And she just
make you feel real good, Mama.
throws the pills in her mouth and gives you a real stern look as Brad helps her along.
Oh, ma'am, my name's Brad. What's your name?
You can just call me Chloe.
Chloe, I'm Charles, and you change your mind, you know where I'm at.
Uh-huh. That'll happen. And by happen, I mean never.
Never say never, darling.
As you all make your way along the beach, the tremors have not stopped. They're very consistent. And as you look out towards the beach, you actually see the water start to recede. You see, like, the parts that would normally be covered up by the ocean is now exposed, bare. As the muddy flaps are there, you see bits of fish flopping about.
Oh shit!
And it seems to it's receding quite a ways back.
Wait a minute, what would make it do that?
A large incoming wave would do that. We need to move, bro. Let's get up on there.
So what you're saying is going to the beach, not so much, huh?
You see a guy out in the distance. You see other people who see this, and they point. Dude starts shaking and looks over and just yells, "Tsunami! That's a tsunami! Get the fuck out!" People just start barreling into the city now at this point. And as you see in the distance, there is you see a wave in the distance, and you notice that there is a bit of a hump in the wave. It really stands out amongst a lot of it, and this kind of looks like the beginning of it. As it's barreling towards the shore, you see that the wave preceding it is, while it looks small on the horizon, it definitely looks massive in comparison.
Oh, let's get the fuck out of here! And we just, Brad just starts running, dragging Chloe along, heading up, wherever there's up.
Something's rising out of the sea, and I bet it ain't good. And I'll just chase behind him.
Nicholas is looking at you going, man, the only thing rising out of that sea is going to be like, 50 feet of water? Man, let's get the hell out of here. Come on. You hear news reports all around from people running. Earthquakes getting more severe. Massive fissures opening up. You will make your way further deep into the city, but right before you get inside of it, you actually see this wall of water come up. It semi-casts a shadow along the roads that you were once on, and all you hear now is what sounds like. It just sounds like a sea of birds flapping their wings, almost in a way. Just this consistent flapping, which is the crashing of water and waves against the buildings as it begins to crash. You hear people scream and then quickly get silenced and overcome by the massive noise behind you.
I think we just got out of that one alive.
The water is still rushing towards you at this point. This is you start to see the waves catching up quickly as they crash.
Nick, man, help me with Chloe. I can't.
Okay, I got you, man. We gotta get inside of a building. Come on.
She's dead weight, boys. Drop her. And I just run towards one of the buildings.
Jesus Christ.
Chloe looks at you. Oh, hell no!
Chloe, don't listen to him, Chloe. We got you. It's not a problem.
You better get up top. The water's coming.
There's a building nearby that you see. It's around 7 stories. People are crowding into it.
That fat lady's about ready to sing. Let's go.
Charles, you fucker, get that door open.
He opens the door and then rushes in.
The waves are almost upon you. John, make an agility check.
Last minutes, Charles opened the door back up again. Come on!
Which die do I use?
It's 2d6.
Oh, 2d6.
Yep, and a 9 and above is a success. And you also have like 5. What was it called? Destiny points?
Hero points, I think.
Yeah, hero points. You can spend those to get an instant success if you want.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I rolled an 11 plus 2 is 13, so I looked at it.
Oh, yeah, you definitely make it. Go ahead and describe how you narrowly make it.
Right? We're yanking and with a burst of adrenaline and kind of anger, being pissed off at Charles. Brad just kind of pushes forward, yanking Chloe along, yanking Nick along. Kind of at the last minute, pushes those two into the door and kind of just slams the door in time as like a rush of water just slams up against it as he puts his back to it. Reaching up, he just kind of like clicks the locks. Click, click. Hoping that'll help keep the door from bursting inward.
Just
hit whack.
Oh yeah, just as you see the water flowing, it appears that the suction from the wave itself is keeping the door shut for the moment. But you see the glass breaking quickly, and there is water now starting to leak inward. And it looks like that door is not going to hold very long. It goes, and water begins to rush right in immediately.
Is there stairs up, guys?
Up the stairs. Come on, this way.
All right. I release the door and I just bust past trying to grab Chloe and help her. Moving up the stairs as fast as we can.
Chloe's out of breath. She's, go. Oh, jeez. We got it. Oh, God.
Stay with us, Chloe. You got it. This is easy. This
ain't easy.
All right, it's done.
It's not easy.
Just keep going.
This whole day has not been easy. But you all managed to make it several flights up the stairs as you see below you water quickly filling in. You see a couple of people not able to make it, and the force of the waves just sucking them under as debris and furniture fill it. You see a car plow in there too as its horns are honking. It quickly gets submerged by the water, but you do see the lights still flickering beneath it.
Up the stairs. Let's go.
Keep going. We're gonna make it. We're gonna make it.
Forget that bitch. Let's move.
The hell you just called me?
Don't listen to him. Don't listen to him, Chloe. We can make it. Nick, keep pushing.
I'm pushing, man. I'm pushing.
Meanwhile, Charles is taking 2 steps at a time.
Charles, you can help us, man. Help us get her up.
I ain't helping shit.
Does it look like the water is catching up to us, or do we look like we're gonna make it past it?
Oh, you're gonna make it past it.
All right.
The water has stopped. It seems to be, for the moment, has stopped catching up, and you all make your way up to the top roof, where you and a bunch of other people seem to be at the moment.
Charles has lit up a cigarette. He's sitting down. He's like casual. He seems like he's been up here for quite some time.
Chloe walks up to you, shuffling. She takes out her purse and just smacks you against it. Just, what the hell you called me?
No, you didn't. And I reach out and burn her with the cigarette.
She actually stumbles backwards, and there's a ledge nearby, and she's almost going to fall off.
No! God damn you, Charles.
You can give me an agility check to catch her in time.
Okay, 6, come on. 3 is 9. 10, 11?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Just as she stumbles backwards, her arm's starting to flail back in that almost very classic fashion.
Yeah.
You grab her.
Chloe, what are you doing? Good God.
Keep that fucking bitch away from me. She's fucking crazy.
Just keep your distance, Charles, man.
Next time you get it in the eye.
Whoa, man. What the hell's your problem, dude? That's an old lady.
Come on, Chloe, let's go sit over here.
I blow smoke in his face.
He just wipes it away dismissively and just shakes his head, assisting Chloe. And Chloe's just huffing and puffing. And as she sits down, she looks over at Charles. Oh, you best be glad my grandson ain't here. He'd whoop your ass up and down the street.
Charles makes like the devil horns and he puts them over his forehead and says, "You mess with these, you get them."
She flips you the bird at that point.
Brad kind of like reaches down with both hands, grabbing her face, like, Chloe, let's concentrate on something else, man. He's like bad mojo. He's just got this bad energy about him. Let's just concentrate on us and staying calm and making sure everything's okay.
You notice all around you. You notice the water rushing in very deep within the city. You see more plumes of smoke. You see a lot of buildings starting to collapse all around you still. The shaking is still going on right now. But from your all's distance, it's now not as bad. It feels like that strangely enough, it feels like the worst of the quake is actually towards the center of the city, which is a bit of a strange one. Normally when there's an earthquake, you all know that it just affects the whole place, not just like areas. And you do see buildings around you, actually not far, like across from you, just start to like collapse inward.
Yeah, we're fucked.
From our vantage point, looking around, like, is there any direction where we can go where there aren't buildings falling down? I know they're surrounded by water, but...
It seems to be somewhat random, but you do know that the collapsing is going towards the center of the city. At least towards its heart. You see helicopters moving about. But strangely enough, you see military helicopters.
Military helicopters?
Mm-hmm.
Telling you, man, that crazy bastard was right. There's some shit going down. I think the government's taking over.
Ah, man, that's just the National Guard out to help.
Just wait till the secret implants in our brains start going off.
Just as you say that, you hear the loud thumping of the helicopter pass by really close overhead. You get a good look inside. Soldiers, fully armed. Some of them are carrying bazooka launchers. by the looks of it. And they're barreling straight inwards towards the city.
Yep, motherfucking Big Brother right there. Here, take that.
What? That makes no sense, man.
Yeah, just wait till you hear the beeping inside your ear. That's what they say. You hear that first, and then they take control and make you do all kinds of stuff.
As you say that, you hear in the distance that same noise as before, but this one sounds like it has a deeper bellow to it, and there's a grumble, and it almost reminds you of like a sink and how the water kind of drains. There's that gurgling noise, but this one is louder and deeper, and it kind of has a sense of menacing vibe out as it does so. At this point, you see a building in the distance. You see a helicopter go around it, and you start to see lights zip from that helicopter straight over from what seems to be behind it. These lights are very brief and flash, and you make these out to be like the gunfire. Obviously, they look like tracer rounds to a certain extent as they're firing.
Shooting their own people.
Just as you see that, a massive... It looks like it was very quick how this happens, but it's almost like this black... Almost like a pole or something just slams down and hits the copter. Destroys it in one bit. This brief flash of fire bursts upwards as it falls straight to the ground.
What the? Well, that was odd.
The building then begins to get torn apart. And as the building collapses, you see a massive figure arise from it. That building that you can judge by was around 10 stories. And as it gets torn down, you see there's a dark black shape emerging forth from it. It looks like a humped back with many spines. And those spines seem to jut upwards in a very crooked fashion. And from it, it's a lurching head of sorts. You can't make out too much because of its dark coloration, almost like you're staring at the ocean itself in the deep. But it raises its head up, or from what looks like its head, and it just begins to bellow a massive, loud roar that erupts from it. People begin to just stare in awe. "What the hell is that?" says Charles.
Whoa.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing?
That's impossible.
I didn't even shoot up today.
Man, I don't even know, man. What is that?
I don't know what's worse, getting washed away or being knocked over like a frickin' Jenga block by this thing.
In the distance, as it bellows and roars, you can actually feel the force of it. It kind of just almost vibrates off your chest. You see some more debris coming up off to the left of it, and you see another one come forth, and it starts to charge it, and they begin to crash into each other. At this point, it just looks like this large bit of smoke and debris, but then you see the black shape come forth and crash into the other one, and then they kind of disappear beneath the cityscape as debris and smoke plumes jet up from the air, as well as water from the rushing sea. You hear the massive crashing noise of buildings all around.
All right, Charles, it's time to wake up. And I put the cigarette out in the back of my hand. Ah!
Yeah. Everyone else is just standing there in like stunned silence, like unable to speak.
You see a kid.
Involuntarily shaking, like from adrenaline burst of energy.
You see a couple of children with their parents out there, and they kind of tug at their mom's pants legs. They look up at her and goes, "Mommy, look, dinosaurs!"
So,
Well, there goes the neighborhood.
we need to get out of here. What? We can't stay. We're too close.
You actually see a boat. It starts to drift inward with the ocean. It doesn't appear to have any anchorage towards it, but it does have some cordage coming off of its side, and it gets wrapped up amongst a pole, and it seemingly gets stuck there. But it's just within reach from where you all are at. There's a ladder that appears to go downward.
Is it, how big of a boat is it?
It's big enough. It's a good size range for it. I'm going to say about it's enough to fit 6 people comfortably. Okay. We'll say that.
I quickly just kind of look around, and how many people are on the are on the rooftop?
Oh, there's around 50.
Oh, of course there is. I reach out and kind of tap Nick and say, "Hey, we should get the boat, Nick. Well, why don't you bring Chloe over by the ladder, and I'll go down and see if I can get it, see if it's able to start."
Oh yeah, man. All right, right on, man.
You guys are going in a boat? Are you serious?
With that, I'm like, shh, Jesus, man, don't say anything. Boat's way to go. We need to get out of here.
Boat's the worst thing you could do. The next time there's a quake, the waves they'll hit the side of the boat and knock you all over, and it'll be bad.
The buildings will prevent any type of heavy waves coming through. They'll create like an ocean block, basically, of rocks. Perfectly safe.
Oh, you know what, Chloe? I'm starting to think you're good luck, so I'm just gonna tag along behind you.
Chloe gives you a sharp glare. And
what? You break a leg or something? I can fix it. I got skills.
Right.
You ain't touching me, son.
Charles, you can come. Just keep it down.
All right.
And you see Charles and her. They're making their way down.
I kind of leap over the. I'm assuming it's like one of those railing rooftop ladders that go over.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of leap over that and start climbing down the ladder.
Mm-hmm.
And then.
Yeah, you see the boat right below you. It's still waving back and forth due to the rushing water.
Yeah, I guess I'll get as close as I can and then say a subtle prayer to Buddha and then kind of jump onto the boat.
All right, you give me a check that you think would work in this situation. Like what skill sets you think would be best.
You can add a stat and a career of your choice.
So from one of my careers, I can add something if I think it is relevant.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I guess I'll add the 2 from surfing. I guess.
So you could add agility and surfing, maybe.
Yeah, it's kind of because of balance and. Yeah, that seems to make sense. And it's on the water, so I kind of know how the water's going to move back and forth.
There you go.
I think I'm going to roll agility and UPS to do the same thing.
All right.
I got 12.
Nice.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12. I also got 12.
Nice. All right. Well, you both make it on board, and Charles and Chloe are waiting.
Well, I'm Charles, so it was the other guys.
I'm
Alex?
sorry.
Nick.
Nikolai and Chloe. Sorry.
Yeah. Hold up, Nick. Let me make sure the boat even works. And I'm gonna go and see if I can, are the keys actually there?
Actually, yeah, the keys are in there, actually. Uh,
Alright, so I'm gonna, I can't start.
you do see, however, that there's some cordage on the boat to its left side that is kind of looks like it's taunting at something. You do see a bit of a dark figure submerged in the water a bit.
The hell's under there?
As you tug on it and look, there's a hand where the rope has tied to it.
I pull up my mag light and hit the light on it. Yep, that's a hand.
Oh my god, no.
I pull up the rope and sort of like jounce it around a little bit. Yep, that's definitely a hand.
Yeah, there's the whole arm and there's the whole body right there.
Well, yeah, just pulling it up.
You pull the whole thing up?
Just like the head and the arm out of the water.
Just cut the rope, man.
It looks like a man in his 50s, but he's just pale now at this point. Water draining out of his mouth. You can see the marks on the rope where it has caught his hand.
And what exactly do you want me to cut this with?
You gotta. I reached down and kind of reached down to my sock and kind of pull out my scuba knife and kind of hand it out to him. Here, you cut it with this.
Let's reach over and start going back and forth until it splashes down in the water.
As you do, the figure just submerges and disappears from the wave.
So what's the plan again? We're just gonna drive off and not get eaten by whatever the hell that thing is over there?
Alright, so checking it out, obviously the boat's an inboard, I'll just start it up and then I'm just going to position it where, see how much, because when I first power it up and all of a sudden it starts being pushed probably from the forces of the water being, So I'm just going to kind of get it as close to the wall as possible to make the jump for Nicholas and Chloe, specifically Chloe, easier. So we all feel that's going to be bad.
As you look forward, you do see that the position that you're in, it's clearly pointing out towards the sea, and it just looks like one big mass of water there. But you also see a bunch of smaller humps, so to speak, of waves approaching. First you see one, then you see two, and that two becomes three, then four.
Oof. Oh my goodness, there's more of them.
So with the boat just bouncing up and down and it's probably extremely hard to control. The sound of it smashing up against the wall is probably, reflecting everywhere off the water and the walls. Kind of yell up like, Nicholas, you're gonna have to jump down quick because I can't hold it.
Oh, you got it, man. He just jumps and he crashes on down. He crashed his shoulder first, but he kind of stumbles. He stumbles forth, kind of grabbing his arm. Oh man, I'm fine. All right, Chloe, come on. And Chloe kind of jumps off, and she kind of crashes on top of Nicholas.
Oh, thank God.
Nicholas is kind of out of breath, and Chloe is just trying to right herself up. As those two get on the boat, a guy looks over at the top and sees you all.
Charles is slow clapping.
Hey, you with the boat, come on, wait up, take me. The gentleman is in a business attire suit. He's got his briefcase with him. He's trying to make his way on down.
Hey, I think he's got stuff in that briefcase. You might want to let him down here.
You know, I'm just doing everything I can to keep the boat still at this point. And we can only fit like three people at the most more. Otherwise, we're going to compromise the boat.
Although this already is a sausage fest.
At this point, you see a couple more people look over, and they start to point. They start to rush down as well. The gentleman in the business suit gets down there. He's like, oh, thank goodness. He just jumps on down. All right. I'm on board. You can go. He straightens himself out a little bit. One of the other gentlemen looks like they have a business suit as well. He looks a little bit more sheepish in his appearance. He's looking over at him. Mr. Bradley, sir. Mr. Bradley. There's enough room. I'm sorry. This looks like this is all the room that's left. If you do survive this, though, keep in touch.
Hey, hang tight, dude. We'll be back. I'll come back, and then we'll just transport people back and forth.
Yeah, we'll be back. I do the air quotes.
Jesus. Undermine everything I say.
The guy starts to, as you all start to leave, he just starts back. No, please, no, please. He as he tries to stumble forward, he falls off and he ends up hitting the back of the boat with his head. There's a spurt of blood where the impact was left, and he kind of just disappears under the water.
Grab him!
The gentleman in the suit just looks over. Too late for that. He was dead the second he jumped off.
Charles actually tried to reach down and grab him. Oh, hell.
His body it quickly gets sucked under. Like as soon as his head hits the back of the boat, you see like the blood, and then he just disappears into the water.
Did you get him? Did you get him?
No. I went straight down.
With that, I push the throttle forward, and I'm going to sit down and see if we can get out of this area.
Lucky bastard.
Just as you hit the throttle, you feel a massive rumble from behind you, and the building kind of erupts as you see a massive black shape emerge from it. You get a good look at it this time. You notice the plates of scales as they shimmer down in a uniform pattern from the head down to its lower half. You notice the massive fins laid about, shown across its body, not so much in a wayward fashion. There's a method to its madness. You notice the slightly arm-like appendages that are somewhat gangly, but shorter than the lower half of its, what you can only surmise to be its legs. Its head kind of reminds you of that of almost like that of a whale, but with teeth. Its eyes completely black, but you see white around them, covered with a mixture of barnacles and what you can make out to be sharp spines that jet outwards and kind of comprise its dorsal spines that are linked together by thin filaments of webbing in between. The creature bellows, and there's a huge gurgling noise that erupts from its throat. You can see its throat actually undulating as it makes this noise. And at that point, you see a massive wave kind of crash up from your left as you see another creature emerge from that water and crashing into it in a very violent fashion.
What the hell is going on? It's like mutant SeaWorld around here. What the hell?
I just punch the throttle. Go!
Just as you punch the ship forward, you start to see all kinds of helicopters coming in from the ocean. You can actually make out and see the aircraft carriers now that have arrived. You see jets barreling overhead. You see a swift black shape with a red flame behind it swoosh past your head, and it's upon registration, from the sheer speed of it, you recognize that that's a missile. As a massive explosion just appears from behind you, bits of large fleshy matter spurts forth around you amongst the water. As you glance to see a massive gaping red hole in the side of one of the creatures. The other one seems to ignore it and begins to still waylay into it for some strange reason. It just keeps fighting while the jets fire upon them.
Military experiments. What did I tell you? Right there. They're trying to clean up their mess.
Brad continues to pour on the juice to get it going, but because of the suction and the way that all the water is kind of moving towards the creatures, it's kind of almost like we're just kind of sitting still, even with all the outboard blaring. I mean, the inboard blaring, even full throttle. We're not going backwards, but we're not really making any headway either.
One of the creatures just glances up, and one of the helicopters makes its way down, and the noise is quite loud as you hear the helicopters zooming overhead. The men on board begin firing. You hear the gunshots go off. The second creature that was not hit by the missile glances upwards, and you see a massive tail. And you notice that its tail also has fins running down its sides, almost like that of whale fins in a way. And its massive tail leaches upwards and just smacks right into the side of the chopper.
Step on it! Step on it! Let's go! Let's go!
Begins to crash down, and it's making its way towards you all as the helicopter does its death spiral down.
With that, Brad cuts the power just to nothing and then just lets the current pull us backwards past it towards the creatures, but at least we won't die from the explosion.
Nice. As you do that, the chopper crashes in front of you all this time into the water, and the waves quickly submerging and taking care of the vehicle. You notice that the boat just careens past the creature. You get a good look at its backside, and you come within almost touching distance of one of its spines.
Oh my God, duck!
One of the spines scrapes the top of the boat. You see the creature's massive eye kind of glance at you. You can only wonder about what thoughts are going through its rather nebulous mind. It seems to not really care that you're there or not.
Charles will flick a cigarette butt in its eye.
100 feet up?
Well, okay, yeah, I thought it was right there.
No. It's you can see its eye from where you all are at. I mean.
Oh, okay. I thought it was right beside us. Okay.
It's a very noticeable thing, kind of like how almost like a squid's eye in a way. There's that big line of white and then the dark shape in the middle.
Yeah, with the orca-like eye on it, it would definitely show up.
Mm-hmm.
Charles starts to prep some heroin in a spoon.
Nicholas looks at you. Dude, is that the time for this, man?
with that, Brad kind of cuts the power. I mean, really just punches the power and cuts the wheel, trying to like drive into one of the side streets, trying to make a little headway, trying to get out towards the beach area.
Oh shit, man! I dumped it all over myself. Fuck.
With that, you actually do make it into the alleyways. You see all around you more of these creatures fighting each other. This is the massive brawl going on. Buildings being crashed into.
The hell is this, mating season?
Jesus Christ. Okay, guys, I'm looking for ideas here. Which way do you want to go?
Don't drive towards those ones, or those ones. We're so dead.
You actually do get to see an opening, though, as you get on out. It's one of the alleyway streets that you see, and it cuts into a larger main street, and it appears that there are no creatures in it for the moment. The fighting seems to be all around you, and this area is perfectly clear, albeit as clear as it gets with car debris and various wood.
All right, we power. I guess I just power ahead and. Jeez.
Look at all those bodies.
It sounds like a trap, but yeah, I just got it into the opening.
You see how many bodies are just floating around beside us? Look at that. What's that, like 40 of them?
You could probably hear them bouncing off the hull.
You see a black shape emerge. You see the creature, but it's not emerging out of the water all the way. It appears that it's just coming out part of the way, just with its head. And you notice that it just opens up its mouth and just lets the current of the water push things into it. As you drive past it, you see bodies just slump into its mouth. It just opens. It allows the current to just push the bodies in there, and then it just kind of submerges into the water as that happens.
Oh, thank God, as they cut the wheel.
It's feeding time, man. Feeding time.
You all actually do manage to make it out into the ocean. Where once the beach stood, there is now just water rushing inwards, but you do see some remaining features of various buildings nearby, as only their rooftops remain.
Are the docks, piers completely gone too?
Oh yeah, they're submerged.
Hey, is there a radio in this thing?
Yeah, actually there is. I flip the switch on it.
You hear just all kinds of just like news details and stuff. You hear one of the news anchors goes, "There is complete mayhem down in this city. We've never seen anything like this before. This is truly a one-of-a-kind experience, but it is terrifying all at the same time. I'm getting all kinds of reports all around. The city is inundated with water. There are just buildings collapsing all around, and there are sightings and confirmed sightings of what appear to be large terrestrial animals roaming about. There is just not enough information to make this possible."
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah, nothing helpful like, hey, go here so you don't die. Thanks, asshole.
I'd start flipping channels. Telemundo.
Oh, you just start to see the they're just going off, and it appears that you're just getting nothing but static on other channels and stuff.
Yeah, that was pointless.
Looking down, I kind of like tell Charles, can you look over the side and tell me what the name of the boat is?
Oh, let's see here. Bad Omen.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, I'm sorry, Bad Omen 2. I guess something happened to the first one.
That I kind of turn on the CB and I'm like, this is the Bad Omen 2 to anyone out there? Can you, help us?
I'll move forward. Yeah, and if there's any chicks out there, that'd be great.
I kind of hand the microphone over to you. Here you go.
Yeah, we got a barge full of eligible bachelors. Anybody out there would like to slip on along beside us? We could have a party. I'm packing. I got some drugs.
You get like a response back.
I'm packing drugs.
You get the response that you get back is it appears to be like almost like a semi-automated distress. But you do hear an actual voice interrupt and say, head down to the southeast end. That appears to be one of the few areas that have not been inundated. That's where the emergency evacuation areas are being held at for the moment.
SS Partycraft, on our way, sir. Aye, aye, Captain, out.
Just as you do that, you see another hump in the water. But this one appears way more massive than all the rest. As it's barreling upwards, you actually get to make out its shapes, and it looks similar to the other creatures that you've seen, but just many, many times bigger. It appears to be almost 3 times their size.
Wow.
She's here. I think that's Mama. Holy hell. Look at that side of beef.
Nothing makes sense.
Here, buddy, here's a cigarette. Why don't you smoke up? Hit the throttle and just smoke away, buddy.
He starts smoking for the first time in his life.
Cancer is the least of your concerns right now. Just breathe it in, smoke it up your nostril for all I care, but get some of that shit in your lungs.
Oh, no, man. I ain't smoking. This is not a time to be smoking, man.
Charles just flicks cigarettes at him.
Oh, come on. You actually, the creature, while it doesn't come up out of the water all the way, there's still like water going over top of it. It's barreling towards the boat itself, and you end up...
Whoa.
It ends up going completely underneath of you, and you go over top of it through the water. And it almost feels like a roller coaster at first. You're up, down, and then you feel like the rush of the gravity as you go back down again. Nicholas is right there screaming alongside you. He's hanging on to Chloe, and she's screaming too.
Lord, we're gonna die! Charles is smoking a cigarette and holding on with one arm.
Brad is pulled to the steering wheel. Can't move. He's just...
Chloe, you still here? I thought your fat ass would fall off the side of the ship. Woo!
Oh, you wish I was dead.
Maybe you have a good ballast. You got enough weight. Maybe that was what it was.
She hits you with her purse.
Told you, bitch, in the eyes.
God.
I just started going over with this. You're not worth it.
She actually pulls out a knife at this point.
Whoa.
And it's
hey.
There's a good 6 inches of blade there.
I burned you once. I'll burn you again. I'll hit you right there.
I swear to God, I'll slice your ass open now.
Oh, I didn't mean any disrespect. Or at least not that much of it anyway. I'll stay over here. I'll keep my hands to myself.
Brad kind of turns, almost as if he's like missing like 10, 20 seconds of time. Turns around, hey, is everyone okay? Apparently shock has set in completely into his brain.
Nicholas just looks at you. Yeah? Doing pretty good, dude.
Okay. Are you kidding me? Look at this shit that's going on here. We got fucking Shamu, like going through town, knocking buildings over. I don't know what the hell is going on.
Just as you say that, you see the full form of the creature from the backside emerge out. You notice that it has massive fins on its sides. And its lumbering form just kind of lurching over and just toppling over buildings. And it doesn't seem to really impede its movement per se as it just moves forward towards the center of the city, kind of V-lining it. Buildings crashing all about. You begin to see the whole scope as you're actually now quite a ways out in the sea. Just how much devastation there is. There's massive flames ahead, black smoke covering the sky. There's just massive damage all around. You see one of the tallest buildings actually collapse in a sort of sideways fashions, going all the way over. But you do see all the helicopters and jets actually going back. You notice them all just vacating the area. And as that happens, you also notice that all the aircraft carriers are also leaving.
Yep.
I wonder why all those are leaving.
Here they go. We are on our own, people.
When you hear the radio, you just hear the newscaster announcing evacuation. Just get away, you get as far away as you can, and before he even gets a chance to finish, he just gets cut off.
Oh no.
Hey, Chloe, you want to start singing?
With the knife in her hand, she's looking at you giving you the meanest of stink eyes, and she glances at you and says, "I swear you say one more thing to me, he's about to be swimming with the rest of them."
One more thing, whore.
She gets up, stammering to her feet, and tries to come at you, but Nicholas is holding her back. It's like, no, come on! It's alright, it's cool, it's cool. No, it ain't cool! It ain't cool, motherfucker! I hate this motherfucker! I hate him!
I'm Chloe! Oh!
She just throws her purse at you, like this.
I snatched it out of the air and started digging through it.
You do find her medication for her glaucoma.
Ah.
Brad reaches down and grabs you. What's wrong with you, man? What's wrong with you?
Dude, we're all dead.
No, we made it. We're safe.
If this bitch wants to gut me, she can gut me, because I'm toast. You're toast. You're double toast. You're quadruple toast with marmalade jam on top. We're all done.
We're not done, man. We're not. Look, we're safe. All the creatures are over there, and we're all out here.
Yeah, I'm sure that's how it's going to end.
It's the time to celebrate.
Oh, yeah, good call. I get out the spoon, start cooking up some more.
Yeah, you do that. Please do that.
Just as the flame starts to lick the bottom of the spoon,
Shh.
you see as all the aircraft, the carriers now at this point, they're all like dots in the distance. The city is way behind you now, but you still see the plumes of smoke from it. But you do see one light streaming from the sky downward. A large black shape.
Oh, shit.
Trailing smoke behind it. Going ever so downward.
Yeah. I hit the deck.
Disappearing into the sea of destroyed buildings. There's a brief pause as a bright, blinding flash ignites, and you have to shield your eyes when it happens, and as it does so, it just engulfs the entire city. The whole horizon that you've been looking at is now one white, blinding light cascading over the horizon. followed by only the loudest of booms that you've ever heard. As the light subsides, there is just a single massive plume into the air, that of a mushroom shape, reaching ever so high in the sky, taller than all the mountains, into the clouds, fire within its reach. You see the shockwave passing through the sea. Nice. And it crashing into the boat. The boat is lurched off to the side. Pieces of it smashed inwards. But apparently you've gotten far enough away to survive the initial death zone.
Son of a bitch! I dropped more of my shit.
I told you we were safe.
All you hear now is static on the radio.
The engine probably cuts out.
The engine definitely cuts out.
Yeah.
The water is choppy. The waves are moving up and down.
Is the city just like a mass of burning red and smoke?
All you see is smoke in the cloud of death hovering above.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we were front row seat to that. I guess you're right. I guess we did survive.
I told you.
I wonder when the fallout's going to start coming down.
It didn't even fall out.
Maybe there won't be any fallout. I don't know. That seemed pretty powerful.
Oh, man! You mean like the radiation, man?
If I had to guess, yeah, we're just fucked in a different way now.
Nicholas starts heading over and trying to start the boat back up. Come on, man! Come on!
Don't listen to him. Guy's a drug head, man. Look at him. He's insane.
That shit ain't gonna work.
There ain't no. Alright.
You see Chloe passed out, her body just laying limp along the ground.
Oh, Chloe, come on, girl, wake up.
And she doesn't appear to be reacting as you do that.
Did that bitch have a heart attack? Are you serious? Chloe.
Oh, you're an EMT, man. Help her out.
I'll go over there and start performing CPR.
Luckily, as you do so...
1, 2, 3, and 4, and 5, 6, and 7.
She begins to cough. Get the hell off me!
Oh, he saved you. He brought you back. You're okay.
Jesus is what saves me.
Hey, Chloe, I gave you tongue.
Lord knows I didn't want to come back like this.
Just rest here, and he kind of holds out his his big league gum packet. Says, "Here, chew on some gum. This will help."
Hey, Nick, why don't you try starting the engine again?
Nicholas is furiously trying to mess with the keys. Come on, just come on. Oh, God.
Nick, calm down, man. It'll be okay. Let's search the hull. Maybe there'll be some ores or something.
Yeah, everything's gonna be fine. It's not like we have giant monsters gonna eat dead corpses that are floating and giant radiative clouds.
Charles, they're all dead, man. Look. The military took them out. It's probably the one thing they've done right ever.
Just as you say that, you see a lumbering mass emerging from the destroyed city. You can actually see flames bursting off of its backside. You can hear the sound bellowing across the seas that were once quiet and deathly still. Its bellowing roar rumbling across the ocean as it dives forth into it, disappearing beneath the waves, putting out the fires and smoke along with it. With that, much time passes. You do manage to find the rose.
Sorry, I had to give you a sound effect.
Oh, that's great. You pull out some oars and stuff, and you do manage to actually paddle your way back, albeit inefficiently given the size of the boat. But
yeah, really. Yeah.
You make yourself some headways, and you actually get picked up by a search and rescue boat sometime later. And that is where we'll conclude. You all are the survivors of what is now forever known as the San Francisco tragedy, or the San Francisco incident.
Incident. Oh my God! Do I wish I wasn't playing a pacifist, dude. Trying to be calm the whole time, calling this poor old lady a bitch, and I'm like, what the hell?
I think it's kind of funny because like I don't think anybody else would have put up with Charles for as long as you did.
I was like, I started to think of like, what would make me break? If you hurt her, I think that would make me break. But you never actually harmed her. You know.
Well, I did burn her with a cigarette.
Yeah, I was about to say, like he did put a cigarette out on her.
Yeah, but that was, I don't know. I felt like that was not that was worth. I don't think that's enough for me to tackle him.
Oh.
I also. Everything I said, the opposite happened, man. It didn't matter what I said. We'll be safe. The building starts collapsing. Oh, this area looks like a safe place to bring the boat. Oh, there's a big monster there. God damn it.
I yesterday I got done watching the movie of Godzilla when it came out, and I had this idea beforehand to run a little one-off session like this.
Yeah.
I really didn't have any notes or anything like that. I was just going off of everything in my head at the moment. But that's just all I was thinking of at that moment. Even before I saw the movie, I was thinking about I wanted to run a session like that. I did want to do a little bit more build-up, but I figured there's not enough time, I suppose, for that. And just kind of went with it. Well, what did you all think?
I had fun. I kind of feel bad that I decided I was going to play an asshole from the beginning. I don't know if it kind of felt like it clashed with the monsters there. I don't know. Like I was picturing like natural disasters, maybe.
Well, I mean, I wanted to say I didn't want to call it I wanted to be a surprise.
Well, yeah, it was a good surprise.
Dude, right at the beginning, I said this is like some sort of Godzilla shit. I was joking around, and then it dawned on me that you just saw Godzilla, and I was like, oh man, maybe it is a Godzilla thing.
There you go, you got it.
I was like, awesome. Then I knew I was in like a monster thing. I'm like, oh shit.
I wanted to pull off. It was sort of trying to pull off a Cloverfield thing, where it's like it's the perspective of the people running, and then
I mean, the whole time there's this thing of helplessness. There's nothing we can do. You can't stop them. You know, all you can try to do is avoid all the damage they're doing, and even that's almost impossible. You know,
exactly.
Like once we were on the roof, it's like there was nothing we could do if the boat hadn't, air quotes, shown up. we would have been stuck there. You know, then in my head, like as I'm driving the boat, I'm just like, there's going to be tons of debris. That's why I was wanting to know if it was an inboard and outboard. So like an outboard would get trashed. There'd be stuff stuck in the propellers, and
I had no idea what those meant, and I just took a guess. I didn't want.
I live on the water, so in my head I had it all.
I saw you type that up, and I was like, what's an inboard? Oh, I don't know. Okay, guess. All right, inboard. Take them on the left.
Yeah. Oh, that was awesome, man.
Oh man, I had a lot of fun running that one.
It was fun. I love your descriptions of the creatures and stuff.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking, well, there's not really much I can do, so I'm just going to be a sarcastic asshole the whole time and just hope I don't die. It's like, well, we're going that way. Oh, no. Oh, we're going that way. Oh, no.
I wanted to push you off the boat.
You totally should have, dude.
Oh, you could have, like, pushed him off when, like, the monster was, like, just letting the corpses...
Yeah.
Oh,
whoops. Or, like... I could have, like, taken a sharp turn, like, when he was hitting the edge. Like, it kind of pushed him. Oh, I'm sorry. Did you fall out?
I should have had Chloe try to do that.
Yeah, he should have.
I came like we had a knife. I was like, what? Found a knife on him.
Yeah, man. You don't mess with old ladies.
What I really liked, too, is that Mr. Bradley just he didn't really say anything once he came on the boat.
Oh, yeah. He's
a businessman.
He's just keeping to himself, man. He's just
watching people kill each other, yell at each other. No, this is typical for me. Like
I was going with like typical '80s asshole businessman. Too important, too cool for school.
Charles shot up on the way back to the rescue site.
My God, this man has heroin in his system.
Yeah, like they don't know. You get on the CB, you're like, yeah, I got drugs. We can all have a party. Come pick us up. I'm like, what the?
I kept thinking to myself, someone should probably say back, like, who is this? This is an emergency situation. Get off the line.
I was kind of playing it like he didn't care either. Like he's he kind of wanted to die. So it's like, well, but then there's always like that slim thread of him there. Like, yeah, I guess I should live.
Interesting fact, just so you know, if you're ever on a CB, Channel 9 is reserved for emergencies.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
Didn't know that.
I found out when I was doing my zombie stories on my profile. Because I had my guy asking for help through the CB, and I had to find out what that was. So I looked it up. So next time a monster comes, you guys know what it is.